Denny Hamlin says he's mentally checked out right now, why I think there may be more cause for concern moving forward for that 11 team, and why it's not Lulu the dog's fault. Welcome back to the Breaking Balls channel. It's Bob here. I've got my post-race thoughts from the Kansas race. They're live on the channel. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. And if you're new here, welcome in. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm always talking racing on a daily basis on the track, in the garage. I'll keep you informed on what's going on in the NASCAR and motorsports world. If you missed it this weekend, Kaulig Racing announced that Dillon will be taking over full-time in the 2025 season for one of their chartered cars. He'll be taking over for Daniel Hemrick's seat. They'll be changing it, though, from the 31 car to the number 10 to keep it in line with their Xfinity Series team as well. So Dillon will be racing back in the NASCAR Cup Series full-time starting in the 2025 season. He's most recently been with that Rackley Roofing number 25 truck, although it was just replaced by youngster Dawson Sutton. His father owns that team, so it made sense. He was just a seat filler. But Dillon has a long resume, a veteran in the garage. Whether you like it or not, he does bring sponsorship as well. So Dillon will be a part of that Kaulig number 10 team in the Cup Series moving forward. For our main part of the news, though, Denny Hamlin, a P8 finish at Kansas, although really it was a lackluster finish. Toyota usually dominates Kansas, but Ross Chastain in a Chevrolet won, and Denny Hamlin had one of the fastest cars, although never got to show it due to multiple issues on pit road, whether it was lug nuts, a jack falling. It just never was the day for the 11 pit crew, and it definitely showed on Denny Hamlin after the race, was visibly frustrated, showed it to Bob Pockrass. This video I've got, he answered Jeff Gluck's question about how do you even process this? How do you stay checked in there? This is what Denny Hamlin had to say.
How did you stay in it mentally when you kept getting hit back there?
I'm not in it mentally. I can tell you that. There's a lot of wires crossed and bolts loose at the moment. So, but what can you do? I'll just do the best I can to drive the car and do my part.
Yikes. Yeah, that is not very good from Denny Hamlin there. Again, a P8 finish there at Kansas, but definitely left some meat on the bone. He leaves Kansas plus 11 to the playoff cut line, so he is in a better position than going into Bristol last weekend, but still not a great result there because, like I said, Toyota's very good and Denny Hamlin is usually very good. But only a few stage points there, and Denny Hamlin is going into the next part of the round of 12 where there's a lot of concern, if you ask me. The concern starts with, of course, Talladega, and yes, Denny Hamlin, usually a very good plate racer, but believe it or not, out of the 12 remaining playoff drivers, Denny Hamlin has the least amount of points at drafting tracks this year. That's both Atlanta races, both Daytona races, and the spring Talladega race. Yes, Denny Hamlin not actually adapting to the next-gen car on super speedways for whatever reason. And then following Talladega is the Charlotte Roval. And now Denny Hamlin's not a bad road course driver, but out of the 12 playoff drivers remaining, it's probably Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano at the bottom of those power rankings on road courses. So for Denny Hamlin, this was the moment at Kansas to maximize the round of 12 and your points opportunity. Now you're going to have to be scratching and clawing for every point because the guys you're going against on these drafting tracks and road courses that are toward the bottom of the playoffs right now, like a Daniel Suarez, a Chase Briscoe, and Austin Cindric, they're pretty good at these tracks, especially Austin Cindric at these drafting tracks. So for Denny Hamlin, a lot of stress there moving forward. And also, this stat from Trey Ryan on X, if you don't follow Trey Ryan, he's a great stat guy on NASCAR Motorsports. Give him a follow. I'll link his account down below. But he notes the first 15 races of the year and the difference in the last 15 races of the year where each driver's average running position is. And what do you notice at the very bottom? The worst driver in the last 15 races, the most negative difference, Denny Hamlin. Now, 3 of the 4 are Joe Gibbs Toyotas. That's not good either, but Denny Hamlin especially. These comments make sense that he's checked out. Not only does he have tough performance right now on track compared to what he was going into with the second half of the season, but he has the playoff points penalty from the Toyota engine fiasco a couple of weeks ago. And also, on top of that, owner Denny Hamlin of 2311 is battling NASCAR in a very public dispute about charters, and they haven't signed that negotiation contract that most of the rest of the garage has. So Denny Hamlin has a lot on his plate, and maybe you're finally seeing it start to bubble up. Again, 8th place at Kansas wasn't bad by any stretch, but it's a missed opportunity for the next 2 races, and Denny Hamlin is going to be sweating like a lot of guys are going into the next 2 races in the round of 12. If Denny Hamlin makes it into the championship 4, you can look at this video and laugh, but I think there is definitely something to his comments, and it's not just a spur of the moment. I think Denny Hamlin is very frustrated. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm very curious what you think about this 11 team and their future moving forward. Are they championship contenders, or do you think that they've fallen off to the point where they may not even make it out of the round of 12. Again, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. It helps us out a ton. And then stay in the loop for more NASCAR content here at Breaking Balls. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.